Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast. This is your roundup of companies making news on Wall Street and beyond, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Right now, let's take a look at some stocks. They're on the move today. We're joined by Bloomberg's and Bloomberg Surveillance's Lisa Mateo. Lisa.
Well, just when you thought your smartwatch couldn't get any more tech savvy, right? Or maybe any more confusing. Now you have Apple coming out, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman saying that they're moving into the AI wearables market. Sure. So basically they're adding these cameras and visual intelligence features to the smartwatch. So the idea is that you learn more about the world around you as you walk around. So for example, okay, so if you're walking around and you see, oh, look at this beautiful flower. I wonder what it is. You take your little smartwatch, right? And you hold down the camera button, you take a picture of something there, like that flower, and then ChatGPT or Google search will tell you exactly what it is. So it's there to kind of make your life a little bit easier. The only problem is that it only works with the iPhone 16. So you have to have that latest
model. I've upgraded. I don't know about everybody else.
You've upgraded?
Sure.
I have not.
Oh, please.
I do not.
I'm cutting edge.
But it could get a little bit of bigger boost because you have the release of iOS 18.4 next month. So
my basic feeling is we're not going to know what's going to win in AI. That doesn't sound like it's going to win.
It's tough. It kind of, you think about it like the glasses, right? That you wear, that you look and you see, and it can tell you different things about it.
Yeah, that's worked out.
Kind of like, the watch. You take a picture of it and it'll tell you.
Baby steps.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Next.
Okay. We have more news surrounding the overpriced cost of AI. You have Jack Ma-backed Ant Group. It's built AI models that cost 20% less using Chinese-made chips. It's produced similar results to those from NVIDIA. So this is the whole thing. The chips are coming from, sources are saying, domestic chips, including Alibaba Group, Huawei Technologies, to train them. But NVIDIA is still in the picture. So NVIDIA is totally not out of the picture. It's still using AI for development, but it's now relying mostly on these alternatives like advanced micro devices and Chinese chips for the latest models. But it's just been this race we've been talking about and hearing about between Chinese and U.S. companies over the price. Remember DeepSeek? That really sparked things as to the
We all
cost
went
of
mental
AI.
for 3 days.
Yes.
Then what?
Very mental.
It's still out there.
But it's still.
I think what's interesting about this story is Jack Ma was he's raised his profile a little bit. He has been underground for probably 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, he was put in his place.
He was put in his place by the Chinese government, but now we're starting to see him more, hear more. Alibaba stock is up 60% this year, up 87% over the trailing 12 months, trying to claw back some of that value that was destroyed by the Chinese government back in the day.
You got one more?
Yes. Okay. Well, we're talking about Wall Street's one of their oldest data and analytics providers, Dun Bradstreet, private equity firm, Clearlake Capital Group. It's agreed to acquire them. It's a deal that values the company at $4.1 billion. But it's actually the second time that Dun & Bradstreet has been taken private in several years. It's still not, a done deal. There's still a 30-day go shop period where they can, be open to other rival offers, because you had companies like Veritas Capital Fund Management. They've expressed interest in them. But Dun & Bradstreet had market value roughly $3.9 billion at close of trading on Friday. Not sure how much that compares to back in the day when,
What's their niche?
It's financial data, and it is not a growth business for them. But what it is Tom, is a very steady cash flow business. So if you're private equity, you can lever it up and generate some equity returns there.
Or so they say.
Yeah, this is the second round of private ownership here again.
What I find an interesting tidbit is that 4 U.S. presidents actually worked for the company. I didn't know that. Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant, Grover Cleveland, William McKinley.
Really? I didn't know that.
Worked for the company.
So that's an old company. It's been around a while.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Oh, so when we were kids, it was iconic, but most of those iconics have slipped away.
Or they've been acquired by bigger data companies. But here, this just shows you, I think, the value of data. And when you layer on the technology, whether it be AI or other technology, it makes that data even more valuable.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.